Welcome to the Husky Bamboo Podcast. It's the Seinfeld podcast, meaning that it's about nothing in particular.
Hey guys, welcome back. Nice of you to drop by again. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize for that too. Last episode was not the best. Saw the numbers. Not the best. Really not. So yeah, I apologize for that long ass rant and trying to be serious in a serious time with no energy. Kind of like now. Yeah, by the way, I record early in the morning just because I have what's what was I about to say with the I'll leave it in there. I don't give a shit. Yeah, no apologies. It was a bad one. That's it. Simply put, it was a bad one. So yeah, I'll try to be better. Well, I am being better. You like the little intro that I gave you guys? I hope you like it. I kind of like it, but we're experimenting. This is still something new, something that we're learning how to do it as we go along. So, if you think that there's still changes to be made, yeah, it's still a work in progress. So I'm not married to any of the ideas that we've released so far. We're still trying to find out what we are in terms of what kind of a podcast it is. That's why the introduction, the Seinfeld podcast, which practically means we're nothing in particular. So we're still trying to find our groove. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So because why? Because I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none type of guy. I've lived a very, I won't say interesting, but weird life. Yeah, weird would qualify. Why weird? Oh, let me see. I'm an introvert, in case you didn't notice. Yeah, you just don't come along and talk to me out of the blue in public if you don't know me. I mean, it would have to take a lot to establish a relationship for me to even interact with a human being. You can ask around the people that actually know me, that it has taken them years for them to know what the sound of my voice is, and now you guys are getting it for free. You're welcome. And by the way, that's a question for me and the psychiatrist in me to ask myself, why the fuck are you talking to randos, making a podcast to randos, while in real life you don't talk to anybody other than your wife and daughter, and a few people here and there. But I digress. I'm an introvert. It's taking me almost all my life to learn how to understand myself, because I didn't understand myself. I was my own biggest mystery. Like, I was like, why the fuck am I this goddamn weird? Why am I so goddamn weird? Why am I so goddamn weird? Those are the three questions I've asked myself all my time. Why I'm so goddamn weird? Why I'm so goddamn weird? Why I'm so goddamn weird? But in different tones. So it took me the longest time to figure that one out. And once I did, I felt more at peace with myself. And not that I am 100% fine with the person who I am. There's still a lot of things that need to be worked on. Is that correct? Worked on? English is my second language, mind you. So I fuck up from here and there, everywhere. So yeah, I'm sorry if I don't have the best pronunciation or the best way to make sentences. Also, have I mentioned it's early in the morning and I didn't get a good night of sleep at all? Because sleep apnea? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry for being human, for not being perfect, for not uh, fulfilling every perfect little need for everyone. I'm sorry. I'm just human. You can go fuck yourselves now. Anyway, I'm an introvert, and I don't, and also sarcasm, in case you didn't notice, and that's something that I use on my daily life. I've learned to accept my introvertness and learn to not give a shit what people think anymore, because I was very concerned about what people thought about me. And I guess to a degree that's healthy, but when you took it to the degree that I was taking it back in the day, it was more like, oh my God, I can't say that. What do people think? What would people think? I am now to the point that I'm almost 42 years old and I have learned to say fuck it. I'm too old, too set in my ways to give a shit, to give 2 drops of monkey piss, as The Rock would say, what people would care about me or think their opinions of me. I have God, I have my daughter, I have my wife. They are the best testimonies of who should be saying who I am, not me. Believe me, I don't have the highest opinion of myself, but those are the 3 people that I do care, whose opinions I do care about. The rest of the world can kiss my ass. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a weird guy. So sorry, introvert. We already established the believing in God part. Wow, that was very riveting stuff from last week. Well, like 3 people listen. God bless you all. Yeah, I don't know if that God wins LOL T-shirt is gonna stay. Reference to last week's podcast. Anyway, Christian, which has been gangbusters for my social activities. I mean, and I don't mean that sarcastically. I actually do mean that it's been helpful because when I did became, I mean, I was raised in a Christian home, well, Catholic one. I was raised in a Catholic home, and then my dad had his conversion or road to Damascus conversion, because my dad was kind of agnostic or atheist, kind of raging alcoholic, getting pussy on the side like an animal. These are things he would say, by the way. These are things that he would describe himself, because how I know? Well, he told me. He told me in so many details. And that was shit that I was not prepared for at age 13. I was like, I did not know that you were fucking 7 girls at a time outside of wedlock, daddy. That is interesting. Anyway. I'm fucking laughing at myself because it actually did happen. Anyway, that's my dad. There's no filter in that mouth. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And I love him for that. So yeah, I saw what happened to my dad, and I was like, well, there is a God. I mean, if God could change this man, there is a God, and therefore that's how I followed him into the path of the evangelical world. And it's been an interesting journey, to say the least. Still congregate, but I'm not that same person anymore. I do still hold some of the beliefs well, the most important ones, as in Jesus is Lord and all that, I still hold that in value. But then after that, we question some other things, which we already got into that to last week's glorious podcast, which all three of you listened. And again, I apologize. So, why am I doing this long ass intro for myself? Well, it's just so you can get an idea what the hell you're getting into. Also, need to add more stuff to that intro because, as all humans are, I am a complex being. So we got introvert, Christian. I'm a metalhead. Yay! It's like, what the fuck? All this shit is mixing up. Hang in there tight, son. This is gonna get bumpy. Yeah, I already knew metal back when I was a kid. I mean, I was an 80s kid, raised in the States partially, and by the time when MTV was really MTV, when they really had music on television and not these goddamn stupid bitch ass soap operas they have now. Which by the way, how the hell is that going for you, MTV? Right, go fuck yourselves. Anyway, and I mean, I was aware of the metal. I mean, if you lived in the 80s, you didn't hear at least some metal. What the hell was wrong with you? I mean, there was no escaping it. That was the music of the 80s, metal. So there was no escaping it for me. I mean, I knew who Twisted Sister was. I knew who Guns N' Roses were. I knew who Poison were. I knew who Motley Crue, Van Halen, all that stuff. I knew. It was as common as name whatever the fuck popular music was. Because that was pop music was in the 80s. Metal was pop music. Basically. And where most bands were like getting the attention, but it was more the hair metal, glam rock bands, and the actual. We're not gonna get into that detail anyway. Fuck it. I knew what metal was, and then like later on in life, like by the time my mom died, rest in peace, Mom. Went to a dark turn towards the dark side of the Force. Worst Palpatine ever. Anyway, then metal was reintroduced in my life by the form of Metallica's Injustice for All album, specifically. I am talking in Spanish now. Specifically, the song One. And that song grabbed me by the balls, beat the shit out of me, and I was converted into a metal fan by then. And I have not looked back. I mean, I've stopped for every once in a while, but you know what they say. Once a metalhead, you're always a metalhead. It doesn't matter how hoity-toity you get. It doesn't matter what the fuck happens in your life. You're a metalhead for life, like the NWO, which is bullshit because they have disbanded, but I'm a metalhead still. And yes, Metallica still my number one band, with notwithstanding all the other bullshit drama that's happened in recent years, and also their live playing and concerts. But I'm glad that they are all in a happier place now in their personal lives. So yeah, I'm happy for them, and I'm thankful that they are okay. So what we got? Introvert, Christian, metalhead, comic book geek. I've always been into comics ever since I was a kid. Superheroes have been my escape. Always have been, always will be. I have a fair collection of comic books, not the biggest one. I am not a rich person, and getting your hands on comic books in Dominican Republic has been a chore, to say the very least. Thank God there is such thing as shipping with Amazon and other avenues as well. There was a time a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, that they were selling DC Comics in Spanish, and I bought as much as I could from them, and they were basically uh, straight up copies from the American ones and just translated in Spanish. That's all. And I had a bunch of them. I still have them here. We show my pride and joy. I have a bunch of trade paperbacks as well. I have The Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One, Kingdom Come, Origins, the Wolverine story. I have a bunch of stuff, and I also have some international, to say the least, comics as well. I have at least one Dragon Ball Z manga. I have, let me see. There's some French comics that I got from a friend that used to work with me, that she was kind enough to give me. She worked in a, I don't know how to call it, La Alianza Francesa. I apologize if you are offended by my Spanish. Not because I speak it well. It is my first language after all, but that I actually spoke Spanish. But that's part of who I am. That's my culture. So if you don't like me speaking Spanish, go fuck yourself. Anyway, I'm very hostile today. It must be because I haven't had coffee or breakfast. Anyway, I have that little collection. I also have some DVDs, video, whatever you want to call a collection as well. I actually have the entire run of Dragon Ball Z on DVD, like in a collector's box. And the amazing thing is, who gave me that collection? Because I didn't pay 1 damn cent. You want to know who gave me that collection? My current pastor. Isn't that fucking awesome? That's encouraging you to be in your geeky self, man. Hell yeah. So thank you, Pastor, for letting me get my geek swag on and letting the whole world know what a kind of a fucking geek I am. I'm also a Star Wars fan. Well, is this interesting? I mean, especially in this current age of Star Wars fandom. I did not and have not seen Rise of Skywalker. How can you call yourself a fan? Because I was basically and still kind of am done with all the negative bullshit after The Last Jedi. Time for a dark confession. Hold yourself. Brace yourself. Strap yourself to a seat. I loved The Last Jedi. Fight me. Them be fighting words for anyone in the Star Wars community. Well, half of you anyway. And quite frankly, I'm not into fighting with people over fantasy bullshit that does not exist and that actually does not produce any real substance to life itself other than your amusement. And I understand that this is entertainment and it's okay that you can like it. It's okay you can collect it. Fuck, I got a bunch of Star Wars figurines. I got Han Solo, Finn, Rey, Luke, Darth Vader, and Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. I got them all. I even got a Funko Darth Vader figure that was a wobblehead. Back in the Lucasfilm days, before they sold to Disney. I have all that shit. It's not enough Star Wars swagger. Because I'm not going to waste all my money on Disney and George Lucas back in the day, you dumb fucks. It's okay to have some, but you don't have to buy it all and make them more rich, you dumb fucks. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, oh yeah, Last Jedi. I liked it. I loved it. To me, and these be fine words, just only Empire is above it. Empire Strikes Back is the only movie that's above it. After that, it is The Last Jedi for me. Oh, you don't like it? Tough shit. It's my list. It's my opinion. Go fuck yourself if you don't like it. You can make your own list and do whatever the hell you want. But The Last Jedi is the fucking shit. Why? Because it changed the narrative of everything that you knew. And I liked it because it's not the same. What you bitches were complaining that the Force Awakens was an exact duplicate remake of A New Hope. You were complaining about that. And then this guy makes the most original Star Wars movie of all time. And you bitch on it and piss on it to the point that they make an abomination of a movie that tried and tried and tried to almost retcon the entire thing that that Last Jedi tried to do. How do you know that if you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker? Well, I've read the fucking comments. You read the spoilers. Bitch, is April. That motherfucking movie came on December. Fuck yeah, I read the fucking spoilers. I fucking read them in December, for God's sake. And I already knew everything what was gonna happen because everything we suspected happened. And once I read that, I was like, well, this is bullshit. I'm throwing the towel. And thank you, fuck you, bye. Another movie that you will fight with me that I actually not love. I don't love it, but it has a warm side to my heart, is Batman v Superman. It's not the best movie in the world, by far. By far, I mean, the only thing that's worse than that is Justice League, which we all agree on. It's bullshit. But I hope that's picking it up, yeah, because it just lets you know that I don't live in the States. I actually live in DR. And this is normal shit in the morning. People just screaming, I'm selling bullshit for you. Anyway, what am I talking about? Yeah, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. There's a bunch of shit that should have been corrected in that movie. And the focus of the movie went towards Batman. But I have to tell you, I like that dark iteration of Batman. It was like Bat Punisher. I kind of liked it. I kind of dug it. Is it traditional Batman? No. No, this is a fucking raging Batman, but no brains, actually. Not very smart. Not much of the detective skills out there, which that was one of my complaints about the movie. That if Batman is who he says he is, by that time, getting mind fucked by a preteen Lex Luthor is the last thing a 40 or almost 50 something year old Batman would let himself get done, because he is not a child. He's been there, done that, run the ropes, and already knows what to do, and not to get manipulated by a preteen, curly, red-haired Lex Luthor. That's one of the complaints I have of the movie. But other than that, I like the visuals. Oh, shit. I need to buy new equipment. I really do. There. Okay, before I was so rudely interrupted by shitty equipment, which I need to get new ones, apparently. I was talking about Batman v Superman. I will bore you. I will not further bore you with that shit any further. So yeah, I like that movie. Fight me. Not the best movie in the world. I wouldn't even put it in my top 100. It was just fighting words to provoke a reaction to its geeks. Gurks. What are gurks? Actually, it's a combination of geeks and nerds. Gurks. Fucking make that t-shirt. Don't you fucking dare. I'm gonna do it. At my TeePublic t-shirt store. Which you can go now. I think they're on sale. You can go there now. The links will be in the description. Anyway. I continue with my fucking geek swag things. I have a bunch of collection of Funko Pops as well. This is very interesting, riveting shit that I'm talking to right now. That's why I call it the Seinfeld podcast, because it's about nothing in particular. So yeah, Funko Pops. From left to right, we got Jon Snow. The less said about that, the better. We got Wolverine. We got Owlman, which is the crime syndicate version of Batman in the DC universe. We have Joker dressed as Batman in Joker colors. We have the before mentioned Darth Vader, and to the creme de la creme, butchered that French. We have the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, in their NWO gear. And I got myself that for my birthday. So shout out to the Young Bucks from AEW, because I have to show up some of my geek wrestling geek swag, which we already talked about that much last week, which was part of the riveting, entertaining, top of the chart bullshit that we talked last week, which was awesome. Which again, I apologize for. Oh yeah. So change of topic. Have you guys been bleaching yourselves? No. I mean, the commander-in-chief of the free world, the most powerful nation in the world, recommended practically bleaching yourself. These are the things that you wonder if people are just that fucking stupid, or they're just playing games with you. Those are the things that you wonder. But actually going there, actually being that fucking stupid, I don't know. I don't mean to be the negative asshole that always seems to find the bad things in everyone. I don't mean to be that guy, but Jesus Christ, I can't bullshit you people and say, well, no, people are good, people are nice. They're also fucking idiots, and there's a lot of idiocity rampant, not just in the States, mind you. I live in a place that is ripe with that shit, and it's not a national thing, and it's not a racial thing. It doesn't have to do with a nation or the color of your skin. Just to be clear, before I get the racist card pulled on my face, it's not about that. It's just that, unfortunately, by whatever fucking means that it happened, it is a reality. Most people are fucking stupid. And it doesn't matter the color of their skin. It doesn't matter their creed. It doesn't matter their nationality. It doesn't matter. They're just fucking stupid. I wish there was a good way to cure that from the world, but no. You just look at the reactions of people and you realize, fuck, stupidity is rampant. People are fucking stupid. Like, you hear someone which, by all indications, is being told by a group of fucking idiots like the most asinine, stupid ass information, and he just regurgitates it. And I hope you guys understand who I'm talking about. Well, who's the fuck he's talking about? I already mentioned that he's the commander-in-chief of the free world. I don't like to talk politics because you're just gonna throw mud at each other, and I really don't have a dog in this fight. I don't give a shit by either Republican or Democrat side. Same goes for DR here, because all politicians are full of shit. That is a rule of thumb. But Trump is not a politician. he's worse. He's a Wall Street guy. He's fucking worse. Why the fuck you think he wants to open the country right away? Because all he thinks about is fucking money. That's all he's good for. And before this shit happened, the economy was so at its best. Was doing some things to get the economy running again. But after that, meh. I mean, his policies are shit. The drizzling shits. I don't think he even knows what the fuck he's doing. He's being led by a group of money whoring bastards. Most of them, anyway. They're his spiritual advisors. What the fuck pastors needs to be on a fucking president's ear? Why the fuck you need that kind of... Like, I already made clear my intentions regarding the spiritual bullshit that I see rampant, specifically with the TV preachers or televangelists, how you want to call them, which most of them are in Trump's ear. Why the fuck would Trump have those idiots in his ear? Well, why? Because they make money. They make money, and he makes money, and he only gives a shit about money. So he'll entertain their fucking thoughts and might even follow them through. Do I believe Trump is an actual Christian? Well, do I believe Satan converted? Does that answer your question? Did Baphomet leave his horns, shave them off like Hellboy, and bow down to the altar of Christ? No. To me, that son of a bitch is Baphomet. So, did I make my intentions clear whether I'm a Democrat or Republican? No. I don't give a shit by either side. Matter of fact, if you want my 2 cents, which are worth exactly that or less, about what's going to happen in the next election, well, let me see. Trump wins again because you fucking idiots in the left put your faith on a guy who has legit dementia now. By any chance of help from the Almighty or from the devil that Joe Biden actually wins the election, the dude is going to be practically in a fucking wheelchair, being spoon-fed in his mouth, and probably will die a month later. Because he is old and he has clear signs of dementia. The man cannot talk clearly. I mean, I know that Bernie Sanders was probably too old as well, but at least he had his brains function entirely. I mean, these are the options. You're just gonna find old people against this dude who's just gonna eat him up alive because, in his opinion, he just does the shit as a comedy bit. This is a comedy bit. I mean, every time he goes in front of on TV, it's just a comedy bit. He's just doing stand-up, basically. That's just covering the U.S. side. Don't even get me started what's happening here in DR. Oh, Jesus Christ. You want to talk about shit shows? DR is the shit show of shit shows. It is the master class. There's a reason we're number 1 in corruption in Latin America. There's a fucking reason. This is like the most corrupt nation in this fucking continent. I'm not going to even say in the whole world because that's kind of incorporating a lot. But I'm pretty sure in the fucking continent, there ain't nobody more corrupt than us. In terms of government. I mean, they will milk anything, I can tell you. But I won't go there because I already ranted enough. So yeah. To all you people who have yet to develop an opinion, to all of you who have yet to develop a sense of self-care and are willing to risk your lives. I mean, I understand the situation is difficult and it's not the most ideal stuff to stay at home doing nothing while bills are just packing up and there's no way to pay. I understand that. I wish the government was more efficient in helping and providing help for the people in this time, this difficult time. I understand that. I really do. I really do. But going out to work at this time, while we have what we have out there, it's not the smartest decision, because you could die. You understand that you could die. Oh, but it's only like 1%. Risk it. You want to risk death? There is no repeat button for that. Okay, you don't die and then come back right away. Like, well, that was interesting. Let's start all over again. No, you dumb fuck. You die, you die. So, yeah, but you want to play that game? You want to play those cards? Oh, okay. Go bleach yourself. That's another t-shirt. Anyway, we're finally on iTunes or on Apple Podcasts. Is iTunes still a thing? That's how connected I am to the reality of this world. So yeah, Apple, we're finally on Apple Podcasts. So pretty much wherever you get your podcasts from, we're there. So there's no excuses now like, oh, you only got no, whiny little bitch. We are everywhere now. So wherever you want to get your podcast on, you can get there. So yeah, we're finally on iTunes. Also, we're on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. Right now we're only posting the audio portions. We do have plans on the future to get the ball rolling on video. So yeah, that's gonna happen in the future. Not now, because I don't have the equipment for that now. I'm looking at stuff right now. I'm literally looking right now as I speak. I have my Amazon open on my iPad and looking at options for cameras and equipment and that we shall purchase to fulfill those needs. So yeah. Also, we're on social media, the Husky Barbu and on Instagram, and at the _Husky _Barbu in Twitter. We have our TeePublic store. We have now a link that actually links up to all shit that we have. Nice how to call it shit, right? I had to call it shit. Anyway, we have all our links on our main page in Instagram and on Twitter. So if you need to get where's the TeePublic store? Well, just go to that link. It will redirect you there and to all other social media and every place that the podcast is available. So there's no excuses now. The podcast is rampant. It's everywhere. You can get it anywhere. And yeah, this is going to be a short one. Apparently you guys love the short podcasts. Because the second one was actually the most listened one. There you go again. For me talking, rambling. So I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys and not bother you or not bore you to death. Well, this is Ari Duran. This has been the Husky Bible. Peace out. Bye.